So safety have to drove to the office to go and call them to come and quench this fire. More than 1 hour. Going to 1 hour. This car might have not been escalated to this.
You know where this fire is coming from? It's coming on the way from.
It's not supposed to be in central area. It's not supposed to be.
Don't you are supposed to have
the hours when people left this car is too much.
Are you complaining to us? You have to
They are complaining to the entire public.
You don't complain to
It's not good.
This fire, this truck is coming from. It's coming all the way from Gariki. You think that
the car burn finish? You people just come after the burning of the fire.
In FCT, we have about 14 functional fire stations with no fire appliance and water tankers on standby. So there is any fire officer that says there is no diesel, there is no water, is committing a serious crime, which we are going to investigate, and we deal with that officer decisively.
The Federal Capital Territory Fire Service said the agency has been responding to fire outbreaks promptly, but alerts are sometimes received late. Adebayo Zacchaeus, head of Operation FCT Fire Service, made this known in an exclusive interview. His comments come amid reports that fire service arrived hours after several fire outbreaks in the FCT.
In FCT Fire Service, whenever there is a fire call, we mobilize our fire appliance and immediately we make up pump 2. That means we send additional water tanker to follow the fire appliance immediately. A fire appliance carries approximately 10,000 liters of water mixed with chemical foam. That 10,000 liters of water will be exhausted less than 10 minutes under 3 bar pressure. We inject water at 3 bar pressure. Under that 3 bar pressure, a 10,000 liter fire tanker will be exhausted. Immediately, we get to fire ground and the fire plant is working. We refill that fire plant with the water tanker, which is also 10,000 liter capacity. Or immediately that one the water appliance get exhausted, we refill it with the available water tanker.
As the dry season sets in, there have been many fire outbreaks in most parts of the country, with victims rendered jobless, loss of lives, and homeless, particularly in the Federal Capital Territory and other parts of the country. Rootstv examined the state of the fire service in the country, especially their response to fire outbreaks at night at the state level. It was gathered that while some state governments have come to the realization that the fire service is an important agency of government and have steadily upgraded their capacities, many remain unlucky firefighters as Inferno continues to wreak havoc in cities across Nigeria. Also, there has been an allegation of a lack of water when the fire service is being alerted of a fire outbreak. Reacting to this, Zacchaeus said,
"For any fire officer in FCT, in quote, FCT, in quote, it is a crime for any fireman to say there is no fire, there is no water, there is no diesel. Because immediately your diesel is about to exhaust, we are giving you directive, send message to us, immediately we bring diesel to you. And don't allow your water to get below half the capacity before you refill. Every morning, make sure that you refill your fire appliance and you'll be on standby."
Speaking on the fire outbreak in Abuja, the head of Operation FCT Fire Service said necessary equipment is being deployed to the scene immediately information reached the agency.
There is fire outbreak or any disaster, you communicate to the fire service on time. When we receive your message, less than 10 minutes, the Minister of FCT has given us a target that wherever there is fire outbreak, we must attend to that fire outbreak or rescue operation less than 10 minutes.
From January to October, a statistical report from the FCT Fire Service indicates that there have been about 400 fire causes, 44 averted, 4.5 billion naira worth of properties saved, and 85 lives rescued during a fire outbreak. Despite efforts by firefighters, federal and state emergency management agencies, and stakeholders, fire outbreaks are reported in states across the federation almost on a daily basis, including fires in markets, shops, homes, and vehicles, among others. FCT Fire Service Head of Operation Adebayo Zakir said bush burning, faulty electrical connections, negligence, carelessness of victims or arson, and fire disasters inadvertently lead to loss of lives, sources of income, and homes.
I will give you a few examples. Like this period of dry season period is coming. We know what happens when the grasses are dry. People set bush on fire indiscriminately. People smoke cigarettes and let the burning end on the dry leaves or grasses and go leaving behind fire. Also, the way we undo machines and plants that we use at home, starting from stove.
Apart from some incidents that go unreported in the media, there have been gory tales of fire outbreaks ravaging Nigerians, hence the need for proactive measures to avert the menace in the country, especially as the dry season approaches. While stating factors that might sometimes delay the prompt response of the rescue team, he said,
The condition of our machines, the fire plants, the condition of the road, and the weather condition, all these factors contribute to the prompt response, prompt response to any fire outbreak at any point in time.
He therefore urged the general public to
Is approaching. Let us get fire extinguishers at both in the offices and at our residence. It's very, very important. That's one. Number two, when we are using electrical appliances, let us be very, very careful. Whenever NEPA takes light, switch off all the appliances that you were using before the light was taken off. Fan, AC, switch them off. Even if you are in the office and you are using these electrical appliances, switch them off. When the light is restored, you switch them on back. Is very, very important. When we are using gas cylinders at home, is very, very important. All our sense organs must be at work, both hearing, sight, smell, and so forth. They must be at work. And when we are using this gas cylinder, let's ensure that there is enough ventilation, both in the kitchen or the area where these gas cylinders are being used.